everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Life with Deb. It is an absolutely beautiful Monday today. It's 61 degrees. I just checked the temperature, and the sun is shining. We had a rainy, it wasn't super chilly. It was like in the 50s weekend, but it was raining, so I couldn't get outside or anything. And so it is just gorgeous today, and I'm wanting to get out and get in that sunshine a little bit. So to make it easier on myself to get a few house chores done, I'm going to be making shredded venison, but you can make it with beef as well, from a frozen roast using my Instant Pot. The reason I'm doing this, and this is a tip for those that cook from scratch for their husbands all the time, like I do. On Mondays, usually Mondays, I will make his entire week's lunches. Fortunately for me, he doesn't mind eating the same thing every day. I could do multiple things, but he's like, just give me the same thing. So makes it easy on me. So if you have such an easy to please husband, you're very blessed. So this week I'll be making burrito bowls. And so yeah, I will need that shredded beef. I'm also going to be making shredded chicken. But you could do the chicken the very same way as the beef. Or I said I'm doing beef. I'm doing venison, but you can do venison, beef, chicken. Just you might have to adjust the cooking times on the chicken, but we'll go into that as well. But yeah, I guess without further ado, let us get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is open our beef, or I keep calling it beef. It's a venison. Open our meat. And I just took this out of the freezer, so it is frozen solid. This is one of the things I love about my Instant Pot is if it gets late and I've been busy with other things, or I forget to thaw out meat, it cooks things so fast and I don't have to thaw my meat first. I would hope I don't need to thaw my feet. I would hope they're not frozen. Throw these away. And then to this meat, we are going to just salt it. Well, salt it to taste, but obviously we can't taste it, so just kind of guess, because everybody likes a little bit different amount of salt, and you can always add more later. I think I definitely will need to add more later. And then we are going to find my measuring spoons. Okay, we found our measuring spoons. So we are going to add a tablespoon of onion powder, because I love onion powder with red meat. When I make a regular roast, I tend to use a lot of onion powder. I've used as much as a quarter cup before, and it seems like it would be overpowering, but it's really not. Okay. 1 tablespoon of onion powder and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. One teaspoon of cumin. Oops. 1 sloppy teaspoon of cumin. And if you're wanting to do this, well, let me do this, and a teaspoon of chili powder. If you're wanting to do this like non-Mexican flavor and you're wanting to use a shredded beef for other things, I would use the same spices, but I would add some black pepper, and take away the chili powder and the cumin. So we're going to add 1 cup of water to this. Okay. We add our water. And we are going to put on our lid. Got to double check and make sure my sealing ring is in the proper place. I have been known before, more than once, to not check that, and then it's not lined up right, and then it doesn't seal, and I end up burning food because the steam evaporates. Get this plugged in. Okay. We're going to pressure cook for, I don't know why I lost my buttons for a minute, for 1 hour. I'm turning off to keep warm. All right, we're going to let this pressure cook for 1 hour and then let it do a full natural release. Okay, our meat has cooked for 1 hour and it's done its full natural release, and it's fork tender. Now there's multiple ways you can shred it. You can use 2 forks, basically just taking the forks and pulling it apart, shredding it like that. You could do it that way, or you could kind of finely chop it with a knife if you'd rather not have it actually shredded. But my preferred method is to use a Kitchenaid mixer. That's going to be the easiest, especially for a large quantity like this. And so I'm going to show you now how to do that. Okay, so we're just going to want to put the meat in the mixer. Not in the mixer, in the bowl. And I'm going to pour just a little bit of juice in there, not tons. Just a little bit. Get this plugged in. And just going to put it on low, or on here it's stir. May need to cut it in some smaller chunks. Okay, I took my meat and cut it into some smaller pieces. And we are going to give this another try. Once it gets a little bit more broke up, you can turn the speed up on it a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of broth in. Added about a half a cup. And we can turn this up to, I've got it at about a 4 to 6. Just really kind of beat it up. Okay, when it's pretty uniformly shredded, or as fine as you want, just take it out and put it in containers in the fridge or serve it right away. One thing I didn't mention is I did say I was going to tell you on the chicken. If you want to cook chicken, you will, if you're using frozen breasts, Okay, I don't know why, but while I was editing this, I realized that my audio cut out for some reason. I don't know why. But what I was saying was, for like 2 to 3 pounds of frozen chicken breasts, I will pressure cook it for 35 minutes with a full natural release. So anyway, thank you for joining me here today. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when my next video is up. We'll see you later. Until then, take care and God bless.